Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Second and Charles comic book haul video featuring me, Edwin the Comic Jabroni guy. So a couple weeks ago and earlier today, I went by my local Second and Charles. I like to go every few weeks just to see what kind of new stuff they got. And I came away with a pretty good haul. And I got my first Compendium, trade paperback Compendium. So at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you that first trade paperback Compendium, but enough of that nonsense. Let me show you some of the inside.
Ooh, here we go, guys. I got an inventory sale, Second and Charles. Let's go in.
As you can tell, if you've never been to a Second Charles, it's a big ass store, man, full of video games and movies and books and comic books and pops and figures and all sorts of awesome stuff, man. But as always, I go in there to look for comic books. So we're gonna start off with Marvel, get into DC, and I'll show you the one trade and then an indie book. But here we go. About a month ago on The Boy Who Had Seven's channel, they were doing the comic gories, and this was a book that I saw on there, and I love this cover because of the times that we're in, and that is Uncanny X-Men issue 530, and that is the quarantine cover. You know, hey, we're living in this crazy time with the COVID, Corona, we're all quarantined, having to stay inside, wearing masks, as you can tell. Wolverine right there. Oh, he's stuck. Let's keep it going. This is actually the second copy of this book that I've picked up in the past 2 weeks, and it is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5. I kept all the stickers on there so you could see what I paid. Most of these I paid $1.95, some I paid 95 cents, and only one, which was the indie one, I actually paid a little bit more than that, which was cover price. But as you can tell, man, $2 for this second appearance of Silk, guys. So if that first appearance of Silk, issue number 4 of this, is getting a little bit too pricey for you, think about going and finding the second appearance of Silk. So there you go. That is my second copy of that. I can never have too many copies of key books. Do we consider a second appearance a key book anymore? Not entirely sure. Let's keep going though. Next up, continuing on with Amazing Spider-Man, we got Amazing Spider-Man issue number 12. This is part 4 of the Spider-Verse. This is the first appearance of Leopardon, which is the big-ass robot-looking thing from the Japanese Spider-Man. So, really happy to find that. $1.95, guys. You can't pass that up. This Spider-Verse story was a really great story, man. I can't wait to actually finish that. I don't think I actually have every single part of the Spider-Verse. I've read it on the Marvel U app, but I never actually owned all of them. Let's keep going though. Next up, I got this awesome Caseta cover. I'm not a big time Ghost Rider collector, but I saw this cover, white cover with Ghost Rider, and I could not pass it up. Issue 21 of Ghost Rider. Look at that, man. Ghost Rider sitting there with this damn stake going through his eyeball. Man, this is awesome. I really like that cover right there. There's a first appearance in here of somebody that probably won't amount to anything, but who gives a crap? I love that cover right there, done by Quesada and Palmieri. I don't know, man. Snow Blinded. I love this cover. Woo! Let's keep going with Marvel though. Next up, picked up a Sensational She-Hulk done by Brian Boland. Now, there's 2 copies of this book. There's this regular one, then there's a variant that goes for a little bit more money. But I picked up She-Hulk issue number 14. She-Hulk issue number 14, done by Brian Boland. Now, there is a little bit of something going on with the variant of this because this issue came out and they didn't have enough time to get the cover art by Teixeira. Then they ended up using the Brian Boland cover, and then the variant second printing came out and it actually had the Teixeira art on there. Some of the background changes. This front portion of it doesn't change on that issue, but the back portion does. I didn't care. I really like that. I like that cover. Boland is one of my favorite cover artists, especially all the work that he did on Wonder Woman. I didn't know he actually done a She-Hulk cover, so I had to pick that up, guys, for $1.95. Couldn't pass it up. Let's go on with Fantastic Four, guys. Fantastic Four, issue 318. I have been on this kick with Dr. Doom. I love getting some awesome Dr. Doom covers. So I got 318 and I picked up 319. So there you go, $1.95 for both of those, $4. And this one is actually like the origin of the Beyonder, and that's just a cool cover right there. It has this Kirby feel to it, but it's not Kirby. It has this Kirby feel to the artwork, but it is not a Kirby cover. Keeping it going, Fantastic Four. I picked up Fantastic Four issue 352, 353, and let me see if I can, oh bam, 352, 353, and 354, which these are all like the first appearances and first cameo of the I think it's called the TVO, Time Variance Ordinance, or TVA. Either way, it's supposed to be something that's gonna have to do with the new Loki series coming out on the Disney Plus. So when I saw these for $1.95 each, and I kind of really like this Human Torch cover right there. That's a cool one, guys. So pick those up. Couldn't pass up some minor key issues on Fantastic Four, but that's enough of Marvel. Let's get into DC. First book up from DC, picked up Batman and Robin. All-Star Batman and Robin, done by Frank Miller and Jim Lee. This is issue number 7. Now, this is my second, maybe third copy of this, but this is such a cool book, and it's an awesome story, this Jim Lee, Frank Miller story on Batman and Robin. But this is the issue where Batman and Black Canary kill off these thugs off on a pier out in Gotham, light it on fire, and as the dudes are burning away, they proceed to have coitus on the same dock. It's insane. This whole All-Star Batman and Robin, what the hell? There's also another controversial issue where there's a whole ton of bad words being used that probably shouldn't have been used in a Batman book, but I don't know. I think it's issue number 10 on that one. But this is issue number 7. Let's keep going. Next up, picked up a New 52 Batman book, and this is the first appearance. First appearance of the Talon. Issue number 2 of Batman from New 52. Paid $1.95 for that. It is in damn good shape. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. Issue number 2, guys. This is the first appearance, like I said, of the Talon. William Cobb, I want to say his name is. I might be wrong on that, but boom, there you go. Issue number 2. Keeping it going with DC. This is a DC, and what is it called? Wildstorm meetup, mashup, mix-up. It is Superman and the Thundercats. I paid $1 for this. I don't know anything about this mix-up, mashup between the Thundercats and Superman, but, you know, being a kid of the 80s, dude, Thundercats, that was my jam, guys. So, really, really like that cover right there. Another book that anytime I see it, I gotta pick it up, and it is Aquaman issue number 2. This is the issue where Aquaman gets his hand bitten off, eaten off, torn off by piranhas, guys. I mean, it is pretty insane. Then after that, we get the harpoon hand Aquaman, which Aquaman's already not really that cool, and then you give him a harpoon hand thinking, that's gonna be cool, and it wasn't. I think they even made fun of him on some episode or some TV show, or maybe in a comic they made fun of him because he had a harpoon hand. I feel like it was Green Lantern. Maybe I'm wrong, but there you go. Anytime I see this issue, I always pick it up. I'm a fan of that. Batman, though, let's continue on with DC. Batman the Colt was a 4-issue miniseries that came out. And I have issues 1 and 3, but I could never find 2 and 4. Whenever I did, I just found it at a price I didn't want to pay for. But I was able to find book 2 and book 4, both for $1.95. So that right there completes my Batman the Cult run. Jim Starlin, Bernie Wrightson, Billy Ray. This is an incredible story. I read it on the DC Universe app, so if you're ever thinking about reading Batman the Cult and you can't find it, read it on the DC Universe app. Last DC book that I picked up, this is kind of the oldest issue, although it's not really an old issue, it's just a reprint of older issues, and that is Shadow of the Batman. Now this is issue number 4 of this Shadow of the Batman. It is just reprints of classic Batman tales. Now the reason I picked this one up is it's got the Joker in it, and it reprints those laughing fish, laughing Joker fish, laughing fish stories, guys, from back in the 1970s, 1980s. So had to definitely pick that up, and for $1.95, you can't beat that. But I got one indie book coming up, and then I'm gonna show you the compendium that I picked up. Now, as I was flipping through the fried pie variants that they have at Second & Charles, I came upon this one. Not a fried pie, but I feel like maybe somebody was trying to sneak it and hide it in the back. Have you ever done that before? You find a cool book, you can't get it right then and there, so you just kind of move it to another spot, hoping nobody will find it. Well, hey guys, I found this one, and it is Farmhand issue number 1, first printing of it. Now, this is I don't know if it's really a hot book or spec'd on book, but I think they're making a movie or they're making a TV show or something. But, you know, I picked it up for cover price. It's $3.99 cover price from Image Comics. I was like, you know what? Might as well pick it up. You know what? Chicken butt. So, hey, Farmhand number 1. I didn't have this issue. It's good to add it to the personal collection. You never know if this TV show or this movie is going to take off, and then this will be the next $100,000 book. Boom, you never know. But that's all from the comics as far as the single issues. Let me show you the compendium that I picked up. So this is a story that I've heard. This is a story of a man named... anyways, this is a comic that I've heard is just an incredible read. But finding issue number 1 and a bunch of the filler issues is kind of getting harder to do. And it's complete already. They finished up with it. But I saw this compendium. Now, if you don't know what a compendium is, it's like a run of trade paperback. So it's almost like 1,000 pages, and that compendium that I picked up, and you can see the size of this, is Invincible Compendium 1. This collects issues 0 through 47 of the Eisner nominated series Invincible. Now, what I paid for this was $30 for this big, huge compendium trade paperback for Invincible. They didn't have issue number 2, but they did have compendium 3. And I halfway thought about picking it up because this is a story that I want to read. I want to dive into Invincible. So picking this up is going to be just so awesome. I can't wait. I looked up on eBay, like, what are these going for? Am I getting a deal paying $30? And I was, because it's about half of what people are actually paying for them on eBay. So, hey, I'll take it. Compendium 3 they had there for $20. I probably should have picked that one up because that seems to be the one everybody wants. I don't know why. But that one was going for like 70 bucks on eBay, and they had it there for 20. But anyways, Invincible, this is the first compendium in the Comic Jabronis personal collection, guys. I can't wait to dive deep. Have you ever read Invincible? Single issues, you picked up a trade. Do you have this compendium right here? I can't wait to dive deep into that. Second & Charles is such a great place, guys. If you like more videos like this on my comic hauls, hey, you should definitely check out what I picked up in Savannah. That was amazing. Or maybe check out my shop here, Top Dog Comics. But guys, thanks again for watching. I'm Edwin the Comic Jabroni. Take it easy.
It's over 9,000!